Okay, so we're going to show you guys how to do melting point of recrystallized aspirin and acetaminophen. So to start out, you have to prep your melting point capillary. So you're going to get a little bit of sample in the capillary. You want it about the width of a nickel. Well, not the width, but the thickness of a nickel. I'm going to see if that's good. Okay, then you have to pack it. So you can kind of give it a light tap on the counter. But then to really pack it, I'm going to show you two ways. So the first is with this glass tube. So you put it in the top, make sure that the closed end is down. Put it in the top of the tube, and just drop it. And we're going to do that again for good measure. Okay. So when you're done, that is the acetaminophen, and it is packed and ready to go. Now I'm going to put that on the left in the Digimelt, and then we're going to prep our aspirin sample the same way. So take the open end and get roughly a nickel thickness of sample in the top. I like to give it a little tap on the counter. And then if you're working with a Digimelt instead of a Meltemp, it actually has a built-in tube tapper. So if you put it on the side here and hit this button, nope. It should tap your tube down for you. And as you can see, I like to do this more than once just to make sure it's really down in there. So that is the aspirin sample. We are putting that on the right in the Digimelt. And you can look in and see in the eyepiece here that you now have both samples ready to go. And they should be about the same height as one another, roughly. Alright, so next we're going to program the Digimelt. So we plugged it in, we powered it on. You're going to hit start temp, and the start temp for this is 125 degrees Celsius, so we are going to turn that way down. And then the ramp rate is going to be set to 2 degrees Celsius per minute. The stop temp is 145 degrees Celsius. And then we're going to press start. And it's going to go ahead and preheat to 125 degrees. And once it reaches 125 degrees Celsius, it will slowly ramp at 2 degrees per minute to 145 degrees Celsius. The first one that we're keeping an eye on is aspirin. So the tube on the right is the one that should melt first.
In this portion of the video, what you'll be seeing is the capillaries obviously inside the chamber that are going to be melting. Okay, the right one in this case is our aspirin, which we're taking a look at first. And then you can see that the Digimelt is displaying the temperatures. So during this part, you'll just simply look and see the initial temperature that the right capillary starts melting and the final temperature. Record that and you'll use that for your report.
Okay, so now we're going to do the melting point for acetaminophen. So we are setting the start temperature to 145. The ramp rate is still 2 degrees. The stop temperature is now 175. We're going to go ahead and start preheating for the acetaminophen.
So in this portion, we're doing the same thing but with acetaminophen, which is the left capillary. All you have to do is record the temperature which it starts melting and the final temperature that you'll use for your